What's up, Noah?
What's up?
What's going on?
Man, just here. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm really good. I'm a little tired.
Yeah, I am as well.
Yeah, I think everybody on
Yeah.
Sundays.
Yeah, it's been a long
on
weekend.
Sunday, everybody's
Such a
kind
long
of
weekend.
burnt.
So please tell the pretty people about yourself.
Man, my name's Noah Hathaway. I'm an actor and a writer and a producer now. Yeah, I don't know. I've been in. I got my SAG card in 1974, so I kind of been working in Hollywood for a little bit. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Good night.
Good night. The floor is open for questions.
Oh yeah. Hey.
Hi, Troy Akron, BW Media Spotlight.
How you doing, Troy?
Hi. What was it like working with Muppet?
Oh, she was amazing. It was a chimpanzee. Her name was Eve, and I pretty much took care of her. She was like mine while we were shooting. So that was pretty amazing for a 6-year-old to have his own chimpanzee that signed, and was pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. The other actors I don't think liked her too much because she'd screw a scene up every now and then, but you know, who wouldn't, wearing a silver suit on top of all of this costume? Yeah, it was uncomfortable. Yeah, exactly. She was sweating, dripping sweat every day. So I think she was the best out of everybody. But Richard Hatch, the chimp, I think was the best. Maybe besides Lauren Green. But yeah.
Hi, I'm Sarah from morepower.com.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi. So I wanted to know, there's a lot of pressure, especially on actors who are in like such classics, Neverending Story. So how have you dealt with it, and do you think that you've had a better or worse experience than other actors who are sort of in just like these movies that like pass through the times? Is that a weird question?
No, I mean, I don't. It's hard to say if it's been better or worse for anybody. For me, I worked my first 20 years of my life, which is a long time for anybody to work doing anything. So by the time I was 23, I'd already been 20 deep in the entertainment business, and it's not, everybody thinks it's this glitz and glamour. It's a very cutthroat, vicious type of business. You're always watching your back. You're always looking out for producers that are screwing you over. So it's just when you're on set and working, it makes up for all the other crap that you have to put up with. And I think for me, taking a step out for 15 years was a really positive thing. I got to be a normal human being. I got to see how people outside of Hollywood live. And then you go back and you see how funky everybody is in Hollywood and how not in touch with reality and what's on planet Earth is going on. It's just really wild. But I'm glad I did that, because I definitely have a different perspective of life and what I do now, which I'm really grateful for, that I didn't have to go be a kid junkie and do all that stuff like a lot of the other child actors have taken that course. I just didn't feel the need to do that, and maybe it was because I was always really active and into martial arts and into a lot of other things. But yeah, like I said on my panel yesterday, is I just think also is you have to not want to, I'm gonna cuss. You just have to not want to be a piece of shit to fall into that. You have to have a sense of self and want to do something with your life. Everybody makes mistakes and falls into little pitfalls. But I think you just really have to kind of go, wow, this is not where my life was supposed to go, and fix it. So.
One of the questions I had for you was, what are some of the pros and cons of being a child actor?
Well, it's a great job if you have a wonderful imagination. You travel all over the world, which for me, I tell anybody, if you want to learn about life, travel. Because if you just stay in one place, you're in a little microcosm that you don't learn about other cultures and the way other people think. And so that was one real positive thing. By the time I was 10, I'd already been halfway around the world and all over the world. The cons are that you have to basically work like an adult and go to school, and there's a lot of jealousy. It's hard being a working actor as a child and then having to go to school with other children, you know, when you're not working, and kids are kind of mean, and you know, and then yeah, people take your money, people you know, try to take advantage of you because you're a kid, and I mean, it's just it's like negotiating, you know, it's like the game Pitfall, kind of, you know, it really is. So it is a wonderful job. I've always loved what I've done, and when it stopped being fun, I stopped working. You know, it's kind of that thing, is it's supposed to be a fun job, and I just don't get people that, you know, you have these directors that are tyrants, that are just miserable, and what's the point of being in Hollywood and making movies? It's supposed to be the best job on the planet. It's supposed to be fun, you know, and if it's not, that's why I'll go be a tattoo artist. I'll go back to tattooing if it starts not being fun again, you know?
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Joshua Altobelli from WCCA TV. Looking back on the Neverending Story, what do you think of it as a movie?
I think there are certain parts that are wonderful. I think that Hollywood would do Hollywood some justice to take a look at some of those old 80s movies and kind of go, huh, somebody was doing something right back then. You know, it has a great message. And I don't think all movies have to have messages, but it you know, for the time, I mean, nobody had ever done anything like that. And you look back at it now, and it's still a good movie. Yeah, there's some cheese to it, and you know, but man, it's not all CGI'd, you know, and there were real things there to relate to and talk to, and as an actor, that's a great experience. When you're just talking to a wall or a ball, you can tell the performances suffer because of it, you know, and yeah, as a 12-year-old kid, being around all that stuff is fun too. You know, you have to. It's awesome. So, I'm very fond of the movie. I'm very proud to have been a part of it. Yeah, there's always negative things. You know, like the producers were assholes, and nobody from the first one did the second one because of that, and you know, I mean, stuff like that happens all the time in Hollywood. And look, the second and the third were crap. They didn't make a dime one. So, you know. And they're supposed to do a remake, and hopefully they don't screw it up. Hopefully it'll be awesome. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
If they're going to be doing a remake, do you think they could be a part of it?
Have no idea. There had been a couple people. It started with Leonardo DiCaprio bought the rights, and he and David Fincher were going to produce the movie.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then I recently was sent some concept art from Guillermo del Toro of Falcor and the wolf, and they were scary and mean, and it was a completely like super dark, scarier version of the Neverending Story. There was no fluffy, pretty, nice pink dragon. This dude was scary and drooling teeth, and yeah, so I don't know where it's gone from that, but I've seen some new concept art from Guillermo, and I love his movies, so hopefully he doesn't, if he does do it, hopefully it doesn't get screwed up. But yeah, some of the art that I've seen about it recently is pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Definitely different, definitely. So. Anybody else?
Is there a kid?
Ask away. I'm here.
I know. That's why I'm asking. Not every day you get to meet like a real actor. Hello.
Thank you.
So I know you've worked. So obviously you've had Neverending Story and Battlestar. Is there any franchise that you would want to work on? Like if someone gave you a call and was like, "Hey, you can have any part on this franchise you want."
Oh, that's funny.
Which would be like your dream one?
Oh. Well, I was supposed to work on the original X-Men, but I was in the hospital. I was having back surgery because one of my really good friends is Tom DeSanto. So he's been trying to get me to work for him for like 15 years practically, and every time we just kind of just doesn't work out. And he was trying to do a Battlestar Galactica movie again, and that got pushed, and they've been trying to do that for the last 10 years. Now they're talking about it again, and I don't know, franchise. I'm not really. don't think I'm a franchise movie guy myself. Like I like, like the Iron Man is awesome, and like there's certain franchises that I do like, but normally after the first one they just fall off to me. I'm just a real critical type of like. I don't know if that's the struggling inner director of me, but I just am hypercritical when I watch a movie, and if the second one just isn't as nearly, for me, I'm done with the whole series after that. So I don't know about. That's a weird question. It'd have to be something exciting. It'd have to be something that I would want to go see myself. I don't think I could work on some little fairy, funny, cute, romantic comedy movie. I'd be like wanting to hang myself every day. So
going off of that, I have a question. Like,
Yeah.
what would you say is your favorite movie and/or franchise?
As far as acting, content, director, it's got to probably be Apocalypse Now. As far as totality of a movie, special effects, the grand scheme of it's probably one of the most amazing movies. I mean, and then you see what they had to go through to get that thing done. That's probably one of my favorite movies. But then again, I love like Grease and Bugsy Malone and that type of stuff. So, but yeah, I'm just not. I like comedies, but there's just certain movies. Yeah, you just couldn't get me to go to a date movie to save your life.
Yeah,
It just wouldn't happen. Yeah, I like my movies gritty.
Me too.
They don't have to be super violent, but they have to be great character driven, great story driven, but gritty, like I love old movies like The French Connection, and so that's the kind of stuff I dig on. Like Narc, the way they shot Narc was that's my type of grit. I like that stuff.
One more question. Sorry, we don't have time for one more.
Yeah.
So, we all, like, with the Battlestar Galactica, we've all played on, like, fake stuff, pretending to do stuff. What was it like to be on the set for real, to have the real Battlestar Galactica?
Well, the bridge they had working computers that had video games, so it was like the Star Trek, or it was like the Iron Man or the Avengers. Oh, he's playing Galaga, but it was like that. They had these games where you would shoot missiles and you had the trajectory and the wind, and so when we weren't shooting, everybody would sit and play with these video games. They were awesome, and then me and the chimp and would run around like idiots, and it was just fun. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, absolutely.
Sadly, we're short on time,
Cool.
but you're awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.